first thing we have is a 10-minute time for public comments. That's not to say that you can't ask to comment later, but this is the time you're guaranteed to be able to comment. So does anybody have any comments as a member of the public? Yes, ma'am. And I'm sorry, I don't know you. Could you identify
You
yourself?
probably will when I say my name. My name is Kristen Pannone. I live in Londonderry, Vermont. I'm here to ask questions in regards to programming at Floodbrook School where my children attend in terms of equity. Is it okay to proceed?
Yeah.
So my question I posed to superintendent via email was, I understand that we have a member of staff on understandable leave. I understand that tonight you all are considering hiring an interim teacher to replace this teacher during his leave. I know that's not a public comment. My question is, I am understanding that now parents are going to be charged for music lessons after school. And considering that here at Dorset School and at MEMS, continuous programming will allow for children at those schools to receive free instrumental music lessons, I believe that an email that was circulated to us as parents asking us to pay for $20 after school to provide these same lessons, which have always been free, should not be free. The latest email I received from the superintendent today said that she would ask the board, I believe, I don't want to speak for her, to cover the costs of people that are need income replacement assistance. My thing is, I work full-time. I support taxes that support this district. Just because a interim teacher cannot cover the lessons does not mean that I should suddenly have to pay more for my children to get the same rights that they would have at MEMS or Dorset School. So I'm asking the board to consider to cover the cost of the available parent who is offered to host these music lessons after school for $20 for each student, because I don't think that parents should have to pay for this.
Jackie, should we simply put this on next month's agenda, or would you like to comment?
I would like to comment. I want to give you a little more information. So we have a teacher out, a music teacher at Floodbrook who's out on leave. We advertised for many months. We weren't able to secure a licensed teacher to take that position. So we do have someone who you have before you tonight. Travis Dodson, I believe his name is. We're recommending him for the position. He's done some substitute work at school. He just started work today. He wasn't able to start last week because he was in another position. According to Neil, he is not going to right out of the gate offer instrumental music lessons. He has not taught at an elementary level before, so they want to just make sure he's set with his programming before they add the instrumental music on. So it doesn't mean these kids will have music instruction. All students will have music instruction at that school. But the other schools do offer some other lessons that kids can take part in also besides their regular scheduled music class. That's done at different levels depending on the school. It's not uniform across the board. So a parent, but this is not, so these two things have become connected, but they are not meant to be connected. A parent has, I guess historically, at Floodbrook they have had parents offer other music things after school. So a parent is doing that. This is not in place of the music instruction. This person has nothing to do with the school. It's a parent that lives up there. She's done that in the past. And so she is offering, I can look it up on my computer in a second to see what it is she's offering. I'm not even sure that that's happening yet. We don't have a confirmation that she's doing that because the difference this year, she's done that in the past. She's never had to in the past pay to use the space, and she has to now because anytime a parent, according to our building use, if anybody's making money, they have to pay to use the building. So we're not even sure if it's going to happen. So that's the situation right now. There is every intention that Travis will, offer lessons, but we're not sure about that timeline. Neil's working with him on when that's going to happen.
If Travis offers the lessons, will there be a charge
No,
for his
no,
offering?
there's never a charge.
And well,
Yeah, I got somebody else here. Georgine and then Jay.
Oh, I didn't have my hand up, I was just putting my hand.
So, the ones at MEMS and all the other schools are for during the school day.
That's correct.
And the ones that are offered at, that used to be offered at Floodbrook was also during the school day.
Yes.
No, no, that's not correct, I'm sorry.
Oh, he didn't
No,
offer it.
he did not.
After.
No.
Yeah.
He offered after school,
Okay.
Mr. Olet, I'm sure you could speak to it too,
Yeah.
because our kids were in the same lessons. They were after school, whether or not he received a stipend or how he was paid or whether he did it out of the kindness of his heart, I don't know, but he offered music lessons almost every day. It could be when you consider the caseload of the music teacher here at Dorset, it's about half the kids that the poor teacher at Floodbrook services, and that could be why we have trouble getting someone to teach music at Floodbrook. But I think for us, the issue for parents is that regardless of if and when Mr. Dobson is available for lessons, it's, you know, my children did not get the same opportunity as students here at Dorset who start music lessons in 3rd grade. They do not, my son is now in 5th grade and they don't even offer lessons during the school day because poor Mr. Turk and his replacement cannot fit it in the school day. So that's why I'm asking you and appealing to you as board members. I feel like this parent is number one willing and able to do what Mr. Dobson cannot at this point, which is understandable being new. And number two, obviously she would like to be paid for her time, but I do not think that as parents we should have to incur the cost which other students at other schools are getting during the school day at a free cost.
I hear your argument. For us as a board, we, as a matter of policy, if I read the norms before public comment, leave the management of the school to the superintendent and spend a great deal of time and energy making sure that it is to the superintendent that we leave these issues. To me, it seems to me that the practice that the board did put in place last year was to charge for people who make money using school facilities. That seems to be the touch point, because otherwise the lady or gentleman who would teach the lessons, if I understand what you said, would not be needing to charge because there would be no costs. I don't know the facts, but it seems to me that this is a situation which is relatively unique. Someone doesn't go out on sick leave. If the person had not gone on sick leave, would that person have continued to do, and as a staff member, would not have been charged? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well,
Although,
so,
my
my
question is that fair?
well,
Poor Mr. Turk services double the amount of students that are seen here at Dorset School. And again, my son and daughter are unable to get on instrumental music lessons because poor Mr. Turk, although he's a miracle worker and does a great job, there is no way he can do that. And so as a taxpayer looking at you all, I want to see where is the equity. Where is the equity for Floodbrook kids when the answer is you can simply help parents out and them not have to pay for these after-school lessons?
Okay.
I just want to give
Excuse
you
me,
a few
let
words.
me,
Okay,
let
okay.
Jay talk first.
So I feel like we're talking, equity isn't something that we can achieve immediately. There was, to some extent, equity last year when Mr. Turk was available and was putting on these things, I believe. I'm not 100% sure if he did it, if he got, I don't know. But he did have free lessons for the students and he did it after school, and it was really a limited list of kids. It was kind of hard to get on. You really had to sign on quick, and it filled up pretty fast. And But it seems like at this point right now is what we're really talking about is not necessarily a matter of equity, you know? I mean, we want to do that and we would like to go there, but this seems to me more a transitional matter because we're in between a leave and interim teacher, so it's kind of a transitional thing, which I don't really think that the board should get involved with. I think that I think we should kind of stay out of the matter, and it seems like the superintendent will deal with it. I don't feel like there's any evidence of intentional inequity going on here. It seems just more like a transitional.
Jude?
Yeah, I think, Jay has a good point. To me, though, one of the most fundamental differences is, is the difference between a staff member, an employee of the school district, providing services, and a third party unaffiliated with the district providing services. So I look at, when it would be good for us to be able to provide those services, from the school district, but, when a third party is coming in and, they could be teaching anything, and, for us to then essentially, we provide them with a place, we're required to charge a fee now, but also for us to, to pay for, somebody, a profit-making enterprise coming into our school to provide services to parents. It's sort of apples and oranges is one of my concerns. It seems a lot cleaner if we could provide those services, through the school district. That's just much cleaner structure.
I did offer that to the superintendent. I said, I know that the Dorset and NEMS music teachers are new. Why were they chosen to go there? And Floodbrook got the teacher that cannot offer services after school. Why can't the Dorset teacher who teaches half the amount of students of Floodbrook come over to Floodbrook and offer to do the music lessons?
Thank you. Jackie was going to speak. Maybe
I just want to give a little more
Question?
information too about the offering. If this is just for a month, it starts 9/10 and it goes through 10/8. And it's also open for adults to participate in learning to read music and
Wait, which thing is for
the
the 1 month?
Floodbrook.
The parent or
The parent.
Oh, okay.
The parent.
How
So-
long is the interim position, a month?
No.
No. That is at least half the year. And, I just want to acknowledge that absolutely, that we do not, the music programs in all of our schools are not identical. Neither are, but that, we've known that. We've said we would be on a journey with that. And we've known, we don't have foreign language in 2 of our schools. NEMS only has 1 foreign language teacher, and there's no foreign language offered for students in K through 3. So if you want to start saying, across the board that every single, experience is going to be the same, there are a lot of inequities. And we will, over time, work on that. This year we worked on health as that first one to try to get everybody so that they had, the same amount of exposure to health instruction from somebody. So, I'll definitely say it's not the same across the board.